So, CEO, huh?
CEO.
Is there
3 weeks in.
anything else you'd like to share from your experience to date?
The 3 weeks in.
A CEO.
3 weeks in. Yeah, I think I've been a little bit more focused.
We should get a mic on.
Yeah, we're going to. Well, I was going to say Tim today, but he's busy. I need to do work. Yes, actually. And this is a topic. We should do this as a topic for a podcast because I think it's important for everyone in business. I've really focused a lot on culture this last 3 weeks. And when I say culture, in the sense of I feel like I've come back, just hit the ground running, and I feel that some of my employees are in holiday mode still, were in holiday mode a little bit for like the first couple of weeks. Felt like grabbing them, slapping them around, shake like, wake the fuck up. Like, we're working now. And I found that little things were irritating me with each of them. Like all of them, they were just pissing me off. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And I literally just wanted to slap them around.
But that's the whole thing about being on, like, in a stressed state.
I think that contributed to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact
because then it's like, this thing's annoying me and it shouldn't.
Yeah. And it's also because I was doing things I shouldn't be doing as the CEO. You know, I didn't even do these last year as the director. And I'm doing them now when I'm supposed to be stepping away. I'm stepping in more. So I think that was kind of irritating me, but also made me take another step back and go, no, come on. What's important? What's going on here? Is it a cultural thing? Like if people are not performing or if they're not switched on or if it like, what do we need? What do we need to get everyone on board? And then, Alex Hormozy said a great thing the other day where he was like, if your employees are not doing things they should know, then they're not the right person at your business. And when they say things that you should know, like don't come to work drunk. Don't watch Netflix for 3 hours on your lunch break. Don't smoke inside the office. Like if you have to tell them these things, then you know that's a sure tell sign that they are not the right employee. Now, thankfully, none of my guys do that, or girls. None of them do that. But it did force me a little bit to think deeper and go, well, what needs to happen now in order for us to be a coherent team? Because we've had internal structurally changes, like different roles for different people. And yeah, for me, I've been thinking about culture. And I reckon that's definitely a CEO type thing that you need to be thinking about now, getting the most out of your team. And it comes back as well to what we said before with that 3-hour task that took me an hour. Sometimes you don't need to go out and employ more people. You just need to get 30% more out of the team that you have. So how do you do that? Because they more often than not can do more than what they're giving. But what's the driving factor with that goes, hey, yeah, cool. I'm going to now go, I need you to do this by this time. Go. Is it a task-based reward? So you finish this task, you get to leave early on Friday, or I'll give you Monday off. Right? What needs to happen around that so that people, like the other day, one of my employees came to me, he goes, look, I want to leave at 4:15, at 4:15 work. He goes, but I'll be in the office at 6. Okay, cool, no sweat. I said, you want to do that? That's totally fine. He goes, I actually work better and I do this too. I actually work much better in the mornings too. Like I often get into the office at 6, between 6 and 6:30. If I'm really early, I'll be here 5:30, but between 6 and 6:30, I'm normally in the office. And I find that hour and a half of work is some of my most solid work in the morning.
So you obviously, based on that, you do time-based.
Time-based what?
You just spoke about doing task-based?
Yes.
Yeah. But you're focused on time-based because...
Oh, I have been for many years, yeah. It's, again, my beliefs that have been put there. It's always been the norm. Like I was at Multiplex, like, no, you work from 6 to 6. You work in 12-hour days, don't fuck around. That's how we're going to get the absolute most out of you and out of everything. But again, yesterday, one of my employees said, hey, my car's leaking or pissing out oil. I need to take it to the mechanic. Can I leave a video? I said, yeah, like, go for it. I'm not noting that down in my diary and going, cool, 2 hours off his personal leave or...
No, but it would make you happier if he said, hey, on this day, I need to leave an hour early, so I'm going to come in an hour early.
Well, we said that the other day as well. I do look at people that care and have the effort too. And it's like, man, if you wanted to impress me, like a simple way to impress any boss is be the first one in the office. Just give the boss or your employer reasons or just things to show him that you care. It may not be just coming in early or being the first one, but doing that little bit extra. And it's like what Terry Crews said, every task he ever did as a job, he would imagine himself getting paid $1 million, right? Whether it was sweeping the floor, being a security guard, whatever it was, he would imagine, how would I do this task if I was getting paid $1 million? What would I do? And then those little simple changes compounded over time and ended up in, for him particularly, but I believe it would happen for other people too, in his success in his acting career and everything else he's doing.
I think we could do a full episode on this.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, but so that's one thing I've been looking at as well. And again, it's only been 3 weeks, but the culture has been something I want to look at. I've been looking at as well staff movements. So when I say that, it's like pretty much from the start of the year, I've said to everyone, put in your annual leave. All right, I need to know who's going away and when, and how much and how long for.
So you don't have a policy?
Yeah, I do. Over the break, so the summer break, I actually wrote a whole bunch of policies for the business. And they were powerful, and I've issued them, not all of them, but some of them I've issued out to the team.
Shout out to Wallpath, by the way.
Yeah, very cool.
Dude, this is so good.
Oh, I'm going to have to...
I can't believe you're
I logged on, and then it was like, asked me for something, and I logged off.
Yeah, really, really good. Great tool for, policies and any form of like basic contract, foundational stuff.
Yeah.
It just sets it off.
Is that an Australian company?
I think so.
Maybe we can get the founders on a podcast. That'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
So, what were we saying? Yeah, so I've written a whole bunch of policies around that as well. But I got everyone said, look, tell me when you're away, because I need to structure all the work that we're doing, and I need to make sure that we've got the team here. The other thing is I'll say is, for example, I've got 2 people going away over the winter break. They're going to go overseas to Europe, as a lot of people do. So cool, no worries. That's it. First in, first served. Now, if my supervisor comes in and says, hey, I want to go to Europe in July, I say, cool, you ain't going anywhere. Okay? The company cannot afford to give you your annual leave at this time. Not from a financial point of view, but from a staffing point of view. Like, I need people to run the jobs. And if you leave, I need to either employ someone else, or I need to do it myself, or the job's going to suffer, like whatever it is. So it's at the point now where I go, nah, it's limited to how many people can be away. This is what's happening during that time. Understand? He's like, yep, cool, excellent. And then making a hard call too. Like, because if they want to leave, they got to leave. So no, I'm going overseas. Like, fuck yeah. If he said that, I said, great, no worries. I can't guarantee you have a job when you get back.
Yeah, and then it's not annual leave. It's just leave.
It's just leave. Get the fuck out. Yeah, exactly. So they're the 3 little things. I'd love to do this same episode in 6 months.
Put it in your diary.
Yeah, we should do that. And I think it'll be a really good thing to see, okay, well, what are the lessons learned as now that you've stepped in the role of a CEO for the last 6 months? What are the lessons learned? Or maybe a year, or 6 months and a year, lessons from a CEO. That would be cool. Because I'm challenging myself as well. Like, I really want to start handballing a lot of the things that I was doing to my GM. And I really want to step back and go, well, let's grow the business. Let's make it a $30, $40, $50 million business. What's that look like?
Have you found anything that you were doing? Like, obviously, to put someone into a GM, it's a fair cost to the business.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found anything that you were doing where you're like, he's not doing this. Like, this is below his pay grade. Like, do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
Like, all right. You don't get on.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So, like, for example, I'll give you like a silly example. Like, you might have, part of your process might have been like, do you empty the dishwasher every morning?
Yeah.
So you? Okay.
It's, but funny you mentioned that. I put that in the office policy.
Yeah.
That the first person in empties the dishwasher. Whoever it is. If it's me, it's me. If it's not, I'm not that arrogant to go, that's a waste of my time.
Yeah, but that's a horrible policy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. What we're punishing
the first person in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just courtesy, man. I make a coffee in the morning anyway. So I'm going to sit there whilst the kettle's boiling to have a coffee, and then I'm just going to unload
the
it.
person doesn't have a coffee.
Because it's a community at the end of the day too. Like, we all pull our weight.
Yeah.
And mind you, 99% of the time it's me doing it. But if I'm not the first, because there's times where I'll go straight to site. All right. And then if I get back at 9 a.m. into the office and the dishwasher's is still loaded from the night before, I'm like, what the, that's just laziness. That's shit. That's where I look at
I
that.
think, but Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you, but I think like you talked about.
It's not about, it's not, why? Is that a bad task? Is that a punished task? Is that a task that you're going to be punished for?
It's not a great task.
Yeah, but it's just what needs to be done. It's like saying,
but then
it's all interpretation. Oh, so I like turning the light on.
I'm here 3 minutes after the next person, they're going to the dishwasher.
Whoever's, like, be accountable. Like, it's accountability too. What's to say you hate turning on the lights? You reckon that's beneath you? So when you walk into the office, I'm not turning on the lights. Someone else can do that. I work in the dark.
So,
It's extreme, yes.
If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.